Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar. I am your host, Nick Athan, former publisher of War Paint Illustrated, for those that remember the Scribe way back in the day. And I'm joined by my producer extraordinaire, one of my best friends, Mr. Hense Todd with Bowtie Sports. Check out his show every Saturday at 1 o'clock with Coach Tillman as well. They do a bang-up job. Hey, before we get started, we're going to do what we always do to start the show. We're going to talk about my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. He is my trusted real estate advisor, and if you call him at 816-729-3785, he can become your trusted real estate advisor as well. Listen, if you're looking for someone who's going to take care of you from start to finish in your attempt to buy a house, to find the one you want, to get it under the terms that you want, the terms that make you happy, and everything that you can live with, give him a call. He is by far the best real estate agent I know, one of the best dudes I know. He's a huge Chiefs fan, and that makes him a top shelf in my book. So give him a call today at 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esellskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
That is correct, and we are joined by the other senior member, Mr. Lou Montagna.
Hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's amore.
All right, and the other junior member of the team, Tillman. Welcome.
What up, guys? What's going on? What's going on? That's right.
There we go. Everybody's got a theme music. Of course, mine comes in late.
That's like
sometimes
slogan.
It doesn't show at all. It is what it is. It's all right.
All right. Put a little funk to it today.
Nice. Yes, would you like our music at Four Guys in a Bar?
Sir Elton is in mourning after the England loss yesterday.
Probably is.
So,
he's probably not talking.
So he's not still standing.
Before we start the show, our hearts go out to Anonymous Mango, who unfortunately was in the losing end of the big soccer match on Sunday. Two of the four of us were rooting for him.
We was.
England just didn't get it done. I mean, they had some amazing chances, like late in the game. I don't know how they didn't score a goal with three blank shots on goal. But hey, it happened, and sorry about that, buddy. We feel your pain as Chiefs fans. We all know what that feels like. So
we were all rooting for Mango, but
of course,
I had to. You asked me who do I think is going to win. Now, I do, because typically I don't get the opportunity to call my shot, but I'm pretty sure it was, I don't know if I could have called it much better. I talked about Nico Williams. He scored the first goal of the game. I said Spain would win 2-1. Spain won 2-1. So, sorry, Mango, but sometimes it just goes that way. It just goes that way, and I do have to pat myself on the back. Good afternoon, Frank, our Greek friend. Yes.
What's up?
That's all right. Well, at least Bowtie has been on point with the music today, and he's been on point with the introductions today. So I gotta give some love to Bowtie, man. Today you was on point today.
Introduction, because I didn't get one.
History in the making. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Bowtie. Yeah, that's what it is. So let's get the show on the road.
Bowtie. Let's get it.
Hey, a lot of guys, be like you said, you give a shout out to Mango. I know he's on the flight,
Hater.
Head down. His team lost. But hey, we all been there before. But
did you support him? Did you support him, sir?
No, I said, I
didn't.
thought Spain was going to come out and take care of business, and which they did.
Okay.
So, before we get started, how was you guys' weekend? How was you?
I can't complain.
Well, I'm sure everybody has figured out by now that at least Coach and I have found a love for the WNBA.
Yes, we did.
I watched several of those games. I watched, yesterday was full. I mean, I had the Spain-England match early. Then Caitlin Clark's team played against the Minnesota Lynx. That one of their starters is from my humble town of Erie, Pennsylvania, Kayla McBride.
Yeah.
Then got to watch in the evening after a huge delay. I guess there was a bunch of people rushing the stadium in Miami and breaking through and getting it without tickets into the Copa final. But that didn't disappoint either. That went to extra time before Argentina won. So sports wise, it was pretty interesting weekend, at least for me.
Shout out to Caitlin Clark, man. Them girls on the road, man.
Figuring she didn't have her fastball. So that again, this I think another learning moment where I think the team as well is figuring out how to win when they don't have their best. And Caitlin didn't have her best game. I think she'd be the first one to tell you. But when they needed her in the fourth quarter, she got it done. The little bit of her inner brat came out at a certain point.
Oh, it did.
She got fouled and then kind of raked the other girl across the face and was kind of pouting about it. But she summoned her inner Kobe, I think, and got it done.
It was the shoes. Right. It was the shoes, But again, give some love to Aaliyah Boston. Boston always, like, to me, the unsung hero. Boston always she's the phenomenal, phenomenal down the post. Yeah.
It looked like an Iowa home game. It was in Minnesota, so it was a kind of a short trip from Iowa. A bunch of Iowa. It sounded like a home game for her. Really, there was more people there for Indiana than there was Minnesota. But it's just amazing to watch. And if you really like, below the rim basketball, this is your game.
Best way to put it, Lou. Below the rim. We ain't talking about big dunks, all right? This ain't about dunking. This is about fundamentals, efficient basketball. That's what we're talking about. So again,
it seems like everybody can shoot threes, no matter what gender. Really? Yeah, everybody shoots threes.
I love the layups too, but hey, guys, watch the WNBA. I love it, man. I'm telling you. To me, Lou, I'm starting to like the WNBA more than the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, I'm like, because there's no thrill in the NBA no more. Like, who's taking over right now in the NBA? Who's the torch going to right now? We don't know. LeBron getting older, Steph Curry's getting older, so
WNBA of the younger group, you got a few guys. You got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander that plays for Oklahoma City. You got Anthony Edwards in Minnesota. Yeah. There's a lot of good young players. Wembanyama just scratching the surface. He's going to be a force.
Is crazy, ain't he?
Yeah, before too long, he's going to be the best player in the league. So there's plenty of young guys that are going to move it along. It'll just see how well they're able to translate their skills into winning. Right.
I think it's passing the torch. I think it's passing the torch for real. Like the NBA passing the torch to WNBA as far as like views, as far as like the hype. So
this is a time to them to get their views when the NBA is down in the summertime. So,
absolutely, most definitely.
For them to eat on their views right about now. The summer lead in the NBA is doing pretty good right now. Everybody keeping their eye on LeBron James' son.
And speaking of his son, though, I'm like, everybody expect for his son to be like him. It's like you can't expect that. LeBron just was a gift. This is his son, but it's like,
wow, he's like 6 inches shorter. He's not. It's a whole different ball game, and he's not nearly the player that LeBron was at this age. He came out of high school ready to play in the NBA. He's there's only been a few of those. KG, Kobe, and even they took a little while to get rolling.
What up, Reem?
Let's get it right. Let's get into the as tackle a little difficulties. Nick is fixing on it right now. So if yes, looking at Nick is.
Let's talk about something important too. Let's talk about college football's coming out today too. While Nick taking care of his business, college football's coming out tonight, man. Come on, man. It's exciting.
Game day, college football.
Absolutely. Game day. College game day coming out. It's been a decade since the college football game has been out on platforms. It's out. coming out tonight. My son be harassing me about this game, harassing me.
For the uninitiated, you're talking about a video game, right?
Yes, for everybody that don't know, video games. Okay.
We'll get that straight. Yeah.
Okay, I got we good. Luke, only Luke can go into detail.
Well, I thought there was a game tonight. I don't know.
Right.
College
starting about a month and a half early, but let's go.
Right. So the game is coming out. Oh yeah. You know what's crazy though about it? It was crazy. Everybody loved college. This is about college teams. Like it's like, you know, in Madden, you got individual players, and since this is about a culture. This college football game is a culture. Alabama, Roll Tide, you know, Oklahoma, LSU, Mizzou. It's gonna be a dope game. But anyway, yeah, guys, come out tonight. So y'all be ready. If y'all got wives and girlfriends and whatnot, your man's gonna be very isolated in the last couple of days. I'll tell you that.
Hey, Coach, PTO. We got a coach. We got a question.
Let's ask Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre, I got a question if I may.
There we go. Read it, sir.
Hey guys, is this the last day of the off season yet? Is this the last day of the off season yet? So with that, I don't know. Let me know what you mean by that.
Yeah, I think Tilly, that's a rhetorical question,
right? So I'm like,
he's hoping it is, but no. I mean, the guys go to. I think they report for camp this weekend. The rookies and the quarterbacks.
Right.
I want to say, is it the 19th?
Let me chime in real quick. The quarterbacks and the rookies will be tomorrow. And then the veterans come in on Friday.
16th. There you go. So
now we'll come in there, and I will have video for you.
The first practice will be all team will be Sunday. All right, I got to go back to fixing some stuff. We'll be right back.
All right.
Appreciate it, Nick chiming in at the right time. You know, that's Nick, man. Shout out to Nick, man.
The professor coming in from the top.
Hey, Professor Xavier. I'm going to call Nick Xavier. If y'all ain't too familiar with X-Men, Xavier, man, one of the best minds in the mutant world. Anyway, again, I'm excited for training camp as I was looking through some Snead highlights and how aggressive Snead was. So, Lou, you asked me what hands and feet. My definition of hands and feet is Snead. That's hands and feet. That's what I'm talking about, hands and feet. So
you're gonna look it up with the Dre's Coach Dre dictionary. You're gonna see Snead sitting
right there.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, I've been blessed with a Snead helmet behind me, autographed by Snead himself. So, with that being said, it's hands and feet. Can't Worthy survive the hands and feet? Right? Can Hollywood Brown survive? Well, we know what Hollywood Brown is. We know where Rasheed Rice is. I get that. It's just Worthy. Can't Worthy survive the hands and
feet? Before we get it, let's get into position group. Everybody.
Okay. Let me get off the hands and feet.
Spotlight position group is the linebackers.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with Lou. Now, we got our top three. You know, when you're going to have your top three, you're going to be Nick Bolton and Leo Chanel and your boy Drew Trinklo, number 23, wearing the Jordan number.
Leo can't get any love. We give the picture to a UDFA. That's come on.
Leo is on there. Look,
some Leo disrespect.
Leo is on there. Look, he's right there.
I don't see him. I see three guys. I see Bolton, I see Nick, I see Jacobs, and I see Drew.
Dude, Leo Chanel, I know.
So he's not on there.
You know, Lou is gonna break it down in detail, sir. I don't know why you playing over there. I don't know why you playing.
But he's in the group talk. So
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Leo, I mean, arguably, he may be the best linebacker on the roster.
I've been saying that.
So, you know, they don't often come out in base. So a lot of time you're not going to see three linebackers on the field. In most cases, there's only two of them on the field. But I think with Leo, the way I think they're going to try to start using them, and I think they did a little bit last year, not many snaps, but I think they're going to use them coming off the edge a little bit more versus, having to, drop back in coverage. But, his athleticism is off the charts. And I think it's going to be, on display a lot more this season because in a lot of cases last year you were seeing Willie get those snaps. But now if Leo gets those snaps, more opportunities to rush, more opportunities just to be on the field with the other guys. Definitely. So I think, pretty much the top three are locked. I don't know that anybody's going to beat out Nick or Drew or Leo. So a lot like the wide receiver group. So most of the competition is going to happen for the backup spots. Absolutely. So in terms of guys or veterans on the roster that have been there and have gotten, a ton of special team snaps, you got Cole Christensen, another UDFA from Army. You've got Jack Cochran, former UDFA as well from South Dakota. But those guys have gotten snaps. Cam Jones, UDFA from Indiana. And these guys are all like 24, 25, 26 years old. I don't even know if I want to go like on the age thing, because everybody on the Chiefs, other than Travis and Patrick and maybe Harrison, Drew is getting in his late 20s, but everybody's in their early 20s. So I think that's where you're going to see a lot of the competition. Then, of course, we've already fitted Curtis Jacobs for a gold jacket. He's, he's definitely
he's a true number 23. He's an undrafted free agent, and Penn State.
Listen, though,
this guy is. I don't know how he went undrafted. I say it all the time. I don't know how this guy went undrafted. I don't know.
Well, I think the thing we have to start to realize and really have to, because a lot of times we'll sit here and say, well, the guy was a 7th round pick. Well, yeah, there's only 7 rounds, right?
Yeah,
there's
right.
There's what, 235 or 240 guys get drafted each year. Where in the past, I mean, we used to have a 10-round draft, a 12-round draft, with expansion and the change in the the collective bargaining agreement, they changed it and knocked it down to 7 rounds. So these guys, can have more of an opportunity to choose where they go. But just because the guy's undrafted doesn't mean he can't play or is just some long shot. So, yeah, I agree with you, Hense. This is another one of those guys, and you can make a case for any number of them that they should have been drafted. So
I'll tell you what,
a great grab by the Chiefs front office to get this guy,
Leo Chanel,
hours,
Leo Chanel's like
minutes after the draft.
True. Leo Chanel actually is like 3 behind Drew. As far as pressures, he got 15. Then Drew got 18. Like he got 15, like pressure the quarterback. And the man's athletic, man. The man's like had 63 tackles this year. Well, last year and whatnot. Well, yeah, last year. He's pretty good, man. A big piece to me. I feel like the Chiefs are looking for a pass rusher, like more pass rushing. You know what I'm saying? More guys that can get after the quarterback, more guys that can cover. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I feel like he's been like the unsung hero in some games. You know what I'm saying? So to me, like the guys is versatile.
Well, he made huge plays in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
for sure.
And he's very versatile too, Lou. They look for versatility too in these linebackers too.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of these guys are really are kind of, I guess, pumped up, and maybe not even pumped up, but what used to be the strong safeties.
Yeah.
Because they play so much so many sub defenses, these guys do have to cover, but they have to have speed too. Because obviously, yes, a lot of teams throw the guys out of the backfield. They got to be able to get there. And I think that's where, again, that was kind of Willie's thing, being the run and hit guy. You mentioned Drew Tranquil. You're not going to see Drew rushing the passer a ton, but so the pressures number that in terms of Drew, that really doesn't bother me much, but just the fact that he's, like having the second green dot on the field between he and Bolton, they can get everybody lined up properly. They can, make plays against the run, occasionally against the pass. But I think Drew is very good cover linebacker. He was a safety at Notre Dame. So he kind of, again, a lot of these strong safeties coming out of college do get moved into the linebacker position because, one, they don't run as fast as the guys in the safeties that are being drafted.
Absolutely.
But they have that cover skill that maybe the true linebackers that, again, that term is very loosely used because I don't know that there is a true linebacker anymore. These guys have to be able to play many different ways. And again, they're a little bit of a pumped up, strong safety.
He just had an IQ for it though. It's all about the IQ,
right.
Speed and IQ. And that's why that's why I like Drew. Drew had the IQ and he had the speed. To me, that's a bad combination right there. Speed with that IQ, that's a dangerous situation. Like for the opposing offenses, I would say, and this man can cover. But with dealing with Chanel is right there with him. Like the Chiefs probably got one of the best linebacking cores in the NFL. Like overall, probably got the best linebacking core for real.
Yeah, they're unsung. You know, Bolton is a guy that, I mean, outside of like Chiefs Kingdom and maybe like Mizzou fans and so forth, he's very underappreciated.
Very much.
He came in with the tag where maybe he was just a thumper, but he's shown the ability to get back in coverage and really, like you said, I mean, thinking the game and being that green dot guy. I mean, he is very much underrated.
You can't write him off, man.
Drew, I mean, we were singing his praises, you know, last year, even coming into the year. I mean, you just knew the flashes that you would see him when he was playing for the Chargers was just like, this guy's a little bit different. Yeah. Because like I said, he was a safety at Notre Dame playing linebacker. So, you know, he can move. But again, Leo is just going to be a revelation, I think, at some point. And I think of the three, now Drew already got extended. I don't see him getting another contract, you know, out of this team. Bolton's going to be a strange situation because you would think he would be a guy they'd want to extend. But again, the linebacker position, they have shown that, you know, hell, they got undrafted guys. They got guys they're taking in the 4th and 5th round that are able to play in Spags' system. So that's going to be an interesting one once Drew's contract comes up here pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm sorry, not Drew, but Nick Bolton.
So out of those three that's going to be starting, do you see who's going to be the backup out of those three? Like not the three, but like who's gonna like spot those three that out of the guy from Penn State. I think number, I keep on forgetting his name.
Take your time.
Number 44. I keep on forgetting his name.
I know a lot. You're talking about Cam Cooper.
Jones.
Cam Jones. Yeah. Where do you see him?
Make up names. It doesn't matter.
Right, basically.
ain't nobody listening.
I said Cam Cooper. He's like, yeah, Cam Cooper. Yeah.
I said Cam Jones, man. Where do you see him? Because he was good. He was good, like you said.
Yeah.
It's a lot. 200 some people get drafted. You know what I mean, and everybody.
Yeah, he came in off an injury in Indiana, so that I think that's what kept him from getting drafted. Mm-hmm. But when he was on, wherever he was on the field, you could see his impact. So he's definitely going to be in the mix. So I got to believe, depending on how many they keep, maybe 6 linebackers, because like I said, most of the time there's only 2 on the field. Sometimes there's only 1. Depending on which sub package they're in. So, it's basically Christensen, Cochran, Jones, and you got to believe Jacobs is going to be in the mix, and he's going to have to beat out one of those 3 guys, I would think. Mm-hmm. You got a couple other kids, undrafted guys, Swayze Bozeman and Luke Washington that are on the team as well. They'll be, battling for a spot in training camp like everybody else. Who knows? Maybe one of them shine through. I just don't see it happening. I think Jacobs has the best chance to get that 5th or 6th spot, and I think those will be the guys right there.
I love the linebacking core of Kansas City because they're athletic. They're very athletic, man. It's like you're not gonna find a lot of linebackers with that type of speed and athleticism that can cover. They can cover and also rush the quarterback. But I do believe Chanel's got a big year too.
Chanel's more like he's a hybrid linebacker, man. He can come out and play DN. Yeah. If they want to play him at DN, they could. He probably could be a starting DN.
He's a strong dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I think he would actually probably be suited best, and this is sacrilegious, but playing it almost like in a 3-4. He would mm-hmm. be like the perfect Steelers linebacker. I mean, if they didn't already have TJ Watt, I mean, I get it. They both went to Wisconsin, and I'm making a leap here, but I see him possibly being a TJ Watt type. Now, again, I don't know if they're going to use him that way in this defense, just because they typically play 4 down linemen and then maybe 2 linebackers, and then you're playing 5 DBs and sometimes 6 DBs, so you're pulling another linebacker out. But I think you're going to see him in some pass rush situation where he's playing D end.
I believe, honestly, might be the unsung.
They have done it before. I'm not
he might be the unsung one though, guys. He might be the one. Like, we talking about the Chiefs pass rushers, but honestly, what do the Chiefs run? Is it 3-4? Is it 4-3?
4-3.
Well, their base is a 4-3, but like I said, the number of snaps you'll see 3 linebackers on the field, I think, is very minimal. Maybe in short yardage, but typically it's going to be 4-2-5 in the back, and that's what most of the league, plays that way.
Yeah, a lot of these leagues nowadays, they defense is hybrid. Man, you got
except for Pittsburgh.
They more of a in the league. They more of a nickel defense.
Yeah, strong nigga, like a strong nickel.
Strong nickel. Yeah, you can sub in a linebacker or a safety to come down and play linebacker.
Absolutely.
But again, I can't wait to see this offense. We need defense gel together on this training camp start. Yep. But again, when training camp starts, guys, we have tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. The quarterbacks and rookies report tomorrow, guys.
Rookies and the injured players will be in tomorrow.
Yeah. So there'll be one duo that's going to be talked about the most in the lead.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that, sir?
Xavier Worthy and Patrick Mahomes report tomorrow. Hey, they can start throwing too, because everybody else going to report on Friday, so they're going to get their chemistry together. Let's see if the hamstring is intact, as Coach Dre would say. But what you think? Right. What you think about these two? I know we all said it before, but it's starting tomorrow, guys. It's here. Yeah. It's here now.
It's here.
Hands and feet.
Yeah, tomorrow's a check-in. Tomorrow's a check-in day. So yeah, first practice will be Wednesday. But hey, I finally get to speak. Yeah, we are having some technical issues with Twitter. That's why I've been off. For our friends at Primetime Sports Talk, you can still get the link, but unfortunately, it's not working as it is. I already put a complaint into Twitter. We'll try and get it fixed for Wednesday's show.
Can always go to YouTube.
Facts.
So the new duo. Listen, we have our supporters and detractors about this potential combination. I, for one, believe that he's gonna put up some good numbers. I don't think he's gonna put 1,000 yards up. I don't think he's gonna get the OBJ number that Coach Dre is predicting, but I think it's a learning season for him.
Yeah.
He is healthy again. He has been working out. There's been a lot of videos. You can't disrespect or disregard his statistics at Texas since he started as a rookie. As a freshman, 3 straight years he got more and more. And I think his freshman year he was hurt, if I'm not mistaken, almost half the season with a bad hand or a bad wrist, and he plowed through it. He's got some shortcomings. He can't block to save his life, but those are things that he can learn to just get in the way. And that's all he has to do with that speed. So listen, everybody's been talking about it. I did watch the segment on the NFL about him at the combine and the Giants talking about him, et cetera, et cetera. And I think, the Chiefs got a steal to some degree, but he is a project. And the good news for Xavier Worthy is he doesn't have to be the number one. He doesn't have to come out and play lights out right away. He can take a natural arc, just like Rashee Rice did last year. And by midway through the first season, assuming he doesn't hit the rookie wall, then there's a really good chance that he has an opportunity to be really, really special. And in the second half of the season, I could see 400, 500, 600 yards and maybe 4 or 5 touchdowns, as a combined goal. And I think if that happens and he's relatively productive, they use him in spots in the first half of the year. I think that's what you're going to get out of this kid. I don't think he's going to be rookie of the year. I don't think he's going to be lights out right away. He's still got a lot to learn, but speed kills and speed overtakes slow defenders. And you know what? There could be some over the top opportunities. And and he hits them.
The late great Al Davis. You can't teach speed, right?
No,
I mean, there's no substitute for it. So you can work with everything else. In terms of any rookie, I would say this week is really, I guess, experiencing the Andy Reid camp.
There you go.
And how quickly and how many plays they actually do run and run at full speed.
Yeah,
and I think Rasheed had his, come to the NFL, come to Andy Reid's camp moment. Yep. And hey, you battle through it. But I think in terms of X and his effectiveness for this team, the statistic that I'll be looking for him is going to be average yards per catch.
Right.
Because if he's average, no matter how many they are, I'm not saying like 2 or 3, but I'm not looking for high volume because again, he's like maybe the third receiver on the team. And then actually you throw in Travis and he's like the fourth pass catcher on the team. So if I see him like midway through the year, 3/4 of the way through the year, and his average yard per catch is over 15 or 16, he's doing his job. As far as I'm concerned. So I'm not looking for a particular number. I'm not saying, well, you got to draft this guy in fantasy because he's going to have like huge numbers and it's going to be every week. He may have individual games where he goes off or he catches a couple of deep balls, but it's not going to be like every single week. That's going to take a while, to Nick's point. And we saw it with Rasheed, and you see it with any rookie in Andy Reid's offense. So, but as an overall for the rookies, hey, be ready to rock and roll. Be ready to run a ton of plays in a very short amount of time, and you'll get through it. Just keep your head up.
They're gonna use them.
Hydrate.
They're gonna use them.
When I'm up there tomorrow, you know what guy I'm looking for.
There you go. You gotta have like some sort of special effects with the hearts popping out of your eyes. Something.
we need some special effects.
Yeah, Berlin's getting old. We're beating Berlin to death.
I'm gonna make sure that
man switch gold jackets every other day, man. He got a gold jacket, but this guy here particularly is the guy. This is
Hey, I was watching highlights last night. I said, hey, I know. I'm just saying. But again, I'm with you guys I'm with you, Lou, with Xavier Worthy, man. He just got to go out there and do his job. Now, if watching the average, if he's getting 16 yards per catch, then we know, okay, he's using his speed. Now, if he's getting 5 to 2 yards, then he can't get off the jam, right? He can't get off the line. He can't get off the press. The man is getting locked up. So, I don't know, man. But what I do know is this.
It only takes one slip. He's going to have to learn how to get off the press, because I'm sure teams, that's what they're going to think. Hey, if we can't run with him, we're going to knock him off his route, throw his timing off. And then he's just not going to get the ball. But like you said, hey, if one slip, one juke, and he's gone, that's it. And if Patrick gets the ball anywhere near him, that's going to be his job. And it doesn't have to be 10 times a game. It might be 2 or 3.
So that first preseason game, he come out here and light up the board. If everybody going to say this,
it don't mean that's preseason.
What you mean don't mean on preseason?
Preseason.
We seen Tyreek Hill and I seen Travis Kelce break free from the Cleveland Browns in the preseason. I said, God dang it, this big move. I said, who is this dude?
Man, these guys ain't worried about their own. No, listen, the defense ain't worried about him in no preseason, sir.
I can't remember who they were playing, but at Cincinnati, they were playing in the Belk Bowl or whatever the hell. I think it's a department store. Do you guys have them in Kansas City? Belk?
No, I don't think so.
So anyway, they're down south, and the game's always played in Charlotte, and Cincinnati is playing, and he made a couple just huge plays. And like, oh, okay. This guy's really something. And then the Chiefs drafted him. And you're like, well, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, I mean, he kind of announced to the world that day, because it was in a bowl game. It was national TV, it was on ESPN. But yeah, we'll see. But again, you want to see guys be effective in preseason, but you can't put too much into it. Because again, the other teams are playing vanilla defenses. They're probably playing against guys that may not be on the team or even in the NFL next week.
If we can't put too much in it, when the Chiefs was playing Tennessee in the preseason, Patrick Mahomes throwing darts to Demarcus Robinson.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me the Chiefs fans were like, oh my God, everybody preseason tickets was up sky.
Well, that was because it was that's because it was Patrick. And you would have hoped, hey, maybe D-Rob is a real.
I like D-Rob too. I like D-Rob at the time. D-Rob to me was my unsung guy.
He was pretty good. He had some upside.
He had his moments.
He did. Yeah, I like D-Rob.
He had some big catches too.
Yeah, that's kind of. I guess he's the same. Well, he went to Florida as well. He and Kadarius kind of in that same mold.
I think he had a better career than Tony so far. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a fact. And he caught better too. He got better.
He was really good in his rookie year. He and Mahomes from that pass and against the Titans in the preseason, and that game against the Broncos. I mean, he hooked up with him several times, and the following year when he became the full-time starter, he had some terrific long catches. So I always liked DeMarcus.
I think he got the first no-look pass against the Ravens.
He did. You're right. That is correct, and he caught it.
I think preseason. I think if you're watching preseason, that's the time that like you teach your kids or your girl, if they don't know football, the preseason game, you're not watching it that much. You learning teaching the fundamentals of what's going on, what the ref calls are. So that's what I usually do with my son, or somebody new to watch me. Hey, you can watch the preseason game with me. The season starts. I don't want to hear what you're talking about, what they're doing. I want to get the game.
Preseason to me is all for giggles. It's all for giggles. It's all. It's a pre-show. It's all
I bet you gonna be watching Molly War.
And for me,
Maserati ain't playing the preseason.
And for me, in preseason, I think again, you just want to see guys. If they're running the right routes, if they're competing. Yeah. I mean, it's just the simple things. Does it look like the operation is fairly smooth? I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just, that they kind of have an idea what's going on. They're not getting yanked in and out of the game because, they're running the wrong route, whatever it happens to be as far as a receiver goes. And then watching, guys that flash.
Yeah, it's about the rookies
just individual matchups to see if they can win their individual matchup, regardless of position. Whether it's a DN getting upfield, whether it's an offensive lineman, hopefully they're not giving up sacks. So it's just kind of basic stuff.
Definitely, it's about the rookies also. Like going back to Worthy, yes, I think Worthy gonna be out there a good minute because he's a rookie. Right. So he's not gonna have Mahomes out there all the time. It's gonna be a backup.
Yeah,
Carson Wentz.
So it'll be Wentz, Chris Oladikin.
Yeah. So it's about do he understand Reed's offensive playbook? Does he understand the Reed philosophy? That's what the preseason is about. Do you understand Reed's philosophy?
Well, they're getting
again the preseason games. It's going to be very vanilla. They're not. You're not going to see a lot of the combinations that they typically are going to see in a game.
It's the first grade level of Andy Reid.
Yeah, it's what they do. It's what they do at camp is going to dictate a lot of that.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick.
And these kids have gotten a taste of it through the OTAs and the mini camps. Andy runs a very tight ship and it's very regimented. And his OTAs and mini camp practices outside of the hitting aren't any different than training camp. And they have to pay attention to detail and they have to do their work. And
absolutely,
Andy will get if Andy believes there's some of these young kids can play, he'll do whatever it takes to get them ready. But there'll be some ebbs and flows and some ups and downs, and that's to be expected.
But speaking of Andy Reid offense, a lot of people are talking highly of this kid. I'm hearing around
let's see.
And, when he shows up tomorrow, you will see the shadow. It's not the tree. It's just one guy that's blocking everybody. He's giving everybody some shade. Hey. Jared Wiley,
that's a big dude, man.
Bow Sports Hall of Fame jacket.
Man,
it's going to be in the camp tomorrow.
His pass can keep them trailers. Look at them legs,
if I'm
man.
if I'm a 5'11" cornerback, do I want any part of this?
Heck no. Look at the quads, bro. It busting through the knee pads.
Look at those. Look at man. My goodness.
He's got Kelsey's build a little bit.
Yeah, he certainly has Kelsey's speed at that age
without the wear and tear. Yeah.
He's a physical force, but can he catch, guys?
Yes, he can.
Excuse me, Nick. He can catch.
He can catch.
Right. Okay, he can catch.
No, he's not gonna be a drop ball guy. No, it's not gonna happen.
He's out there catching wrenches.
Yeah.
No. Now him, honestly, looks like he does catch wrenches.
Hey, you see why I give him the Hall of Fame jacket? Hey, he can't even fit in the frame of the camera. You got as a photographer, you got to change the lens.
Look at
you get a water lens.
He busted through his hands, man.
This gives you a little hint into Hense's world. It's not even a video; it's just a damn picture.
It's just a picture.
You get gold jackets with Hense through your picture search. So take a nice picture, man.
Yeah. Well,
if your picture is sweet with Bo, you're gonna get the gold jacket. All right.
So I feel like the guy, I can't wait to see what he brings to the in preseason. These are the guys I'm looking for. I want to see.
I'm definitely looking at him, Wiley.
Everybody gonna be looking at.
Hence, we talked about all the report dates. What about the most important report date? When do you report to camp?
I'll report tomorrow.
You're going to be there. All right. Beautiful. So Wednesday, you're going to have some shots for us?
Yeah, I should have some.
Don't be one-sided, Hense. Don't be one-sided, man. Don't take that guy, your favorite player. We talking about the whole team, man.
Say, hey, I just Wally. He said, why just kid follow me around?
Bo take a picture of man eating snacks.
He might get creeped out.
He's on the sidelines. He eating snacks. He picking up paper, picking up his helmet. I said, dude, where's the other teammate? Where's the other teammate, bro? Got that man putting wire in his face.
His girlfriend's gonna get jealous.
Man, glazing, big glaze.
Glazing. But again, I'm looking forward to this, man. I know it's gonna be a hot one. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be 101. It's gonna be 101.
So, I know that the Fridays with us is open to the public to come up there.
Right,
the public.
Almost say the public to come up there.
To the Republic.
Yeah, Republic.
True.
For which it stands.
One nation, right?
Under God.
Here we go. They going off.
Indivisible.
With liberty, right?
And justice.
For all.
For all.
That's right.
Amen.
Yeah, it's gonna be. That's what they're gonna be saying. Justice for all. Whoever try to tackle Wiley.
Bro, that is a creative player.
Can we get an amen, Nick?
Amen.
That's right. That's right, man.
Praise the Lord.
Especially after he hit you. Riley's a big dude, man. Wiley is a freak of nature.
He's very similar to Travis Kelce at that age. I mean, he has great hands. He's got size. I don't think we understood how fast Kelce was when he came out of Cincinnati. And Wiley obviously has got the speed. If you watch any of the game film on him, he has the ability to get separation. And again, he doesn't have to be the guy. He doesn't have to be number one tight end. He just has to get enough reps and he needs to get modest success. And it'll be a big win for Kansas City because, they want to try and keep Kelce around for at least 2 more seasons. So, Wiley's going to have to pick up a lot of that slack. What's that?
He said, y'all forget about 50 Shades, man. 50 Shades, man.
It's going to be tough for him to make the roster.
I got to subliminally put it out there, put it out into the ether.
Put it out there.
83 is still here.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, they got Irv Smith Jr. too, and I don't think he's a slouch.
No, not at all. I mean, he was an amazing athlete.
He was one of the most excited draft picks I wanted the Chiefs to get.
Make the roster.
What's that?
Do I think he's going to make the roster? Come on, Hense. What?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What Hense talking about? What is Bo talking about?
Nick said 50 grades. He's not making a roster.
He may not make the roster. If they go 4 tight ends, he's in. If they keep 3, no.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
It's just saying.
Disrespect.
I'm just saying.
Come on.
Disrespect. But know
it's
what?
Monday. This is the last free day we have until the end of the Super Bowl, so let's enjoy it.
So look at this. Let's enjoy one more time of Mr. Eric Hense.
All right, let's talk about my good friend, Mr. Eric Hense, with the Eric Hense Group. If you're looking for someone who can walk you through the process of buying or selling a house in the greater Kansas City area or surrounding communities, heck, even if you're listening to this podcast outside the Kansas City area, give Eric a call, 816-729-3785, and he'll find a local realtor. He'll do all the legwork for you, and he'll find the best fit for you. That's what's great about Eric Hense and his team. Again, if you're looking for top shelf, if you're looking for someone who's going to get you through the entire process of buying a house, 816-729-3785. Give Eric Hense a call today.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
That's right.
There it is.
Or Anonymous. No, it's not Anonymous, is it?
Coming up Wednesday, gang. Coming up
Mango.
Wednesday.
I feel for him.
Speaking of Kareem.
Man, Mango, we had your back.
Who's that in today?
We had your back, Mingo.
Kareem was in there, but speaking of food, there was a guy that I was watching last night as I'm gonna put out some highlights later.
As you was getting your butt kicked.
I was watching. I see. I went back to watch some more film on this guy from Tennessee, guys.
Okay, come on.
He's gonna report tomorrow. As you look at his average, you look at it. He's probably one of the best.
90 in coverage.
Coming out this draft. I'm just saying. I just said he's remind me of Patrick, not Patrick Peters, but Marcus Peters. When I seen him play,
let's hope it ends better than the relationship that Marcus Peters had with his coaching staff.
Yeah, that's true.
So, what you guys think about Hayden, Lou?
Well, again, another tremendous athlete. These guys know how to find corners. It's been, obviously proven over the last few years in the different drafts. Played in the SEC against top end competition, and you saw again, take the PFF numbers for whatever they are, but he was rated 5th. Okay. And the Chiefs drafted him, I believe, in the 5th round. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, again, I think he certainly has every opportunity to make the team. It's just that now, because they've drafted the position so well, it's very difficult to crack the lineup, so to speak. So
he's got to force his way in the field.
So again, it's, does Joshua continue to ascend? Does Jalen Watson continue to ascend? Does Nick Jones start to ascend at the corner position? So he definitely has a chance. I don't think there's any question that he's got a legitimate shot. I think
he got some dog in him.
He definitely makes the team. I don't think there's any question about that. It's just, how much is he going to get to play? And, barring any injuries, hopefully he doesn't have to play a ton his rookie year. But I love him as an athlete.
Yeah,
good ball skills.
Yeah, absolutely. Me watching video on him, he's very physical, got heart, got dog in him. Again, this whole Chiefs secondary is legit. Like I said,
would he fit the Dre definition of hand and feet?
He's physical.
Yeah, that's the true test.
He's physical. you see, my hands and feet to me, man. I gotta see the whole package. But as far as him tackling and being a dog, he is a dog though. He's not afraid to get up in you. He's not afraid of he's not afraid of the big fight. I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying?
That's an interesting point. What's interesting about these guys that Brett Veach have drafted, just let's go the last 3 drafts.
Okay, come on.
They have no fear. They're confident. Mm-hmm. They have the right demeanor and the right attitude, and they all seem to buy in and make an impact. And I know that has to be the fact that they're counting their NFL blessings as they're drafted by the world champion Kansas City Chiefs, but you still got to go out there and play. And it just seems like after a couple of really bad drafts, Brett Veach just kind of turned it around and said, listen, this is kind of what we need to do. He made some changes in the scouting department. Obviously having stability in the coaching ranks once Spags came on board, obviously with Andy Reid. But you look at it and you say, because I go through these, the Chiefs rosters, and I kind of go back a couple of years just to kind of see who's still a presence. And these guys just keep playing football, and they have the right mindset. And that's why the teams like the Broncos and Chargers will get better, and the Raiders, a lot of these other teams in the division that struggle is they don't take those kinds of players. So for the Chiefs, it's not only finding the right players that fit in the rounds that make sense. Yeah. But getting him ready to be to get on the NFL field as quick as possible and be productive over the last 3 years, I don't think a team in the NFL has used their draft picks better.
No, especially in the secondary. Like Kamal, like right now, me just watching him, Kamal Hayden, he's just a dog. He just got that like I think when they draft the secondary, they want people that's not afraid, like you said, that's fearless. That's not afraid to get in the trenches with you.
As you watch this film, Dre, do he remind you of Marcus Peters?
No.
If I'm wrong, if I'm seeing what I'm seeing,
I hope he's not.
Marcus Peters to me, Marcus Peters was a guy to me, like me evaluating Marcus Peters. He was a dog. His cover skills wasn't all that great.
Nah, that's not true. He had great coverage skills. He just had
Nick. Honestly, man-to-man coverage, I know. But as far as like playing zone, he did because of the pressure up front. The ball went in the air.
Nah.
I'm talking about Darrell Revis. I'm talking about like from that skill to playing a guy man-to-man. No, I didn't see that. But as far as him playing zone, phenomenal playing zone, and he's a ball hawk. Phenomenal at that. But as far as like comparison with as far as like what Bo was referring to with attitude, yes. With the attitude, yes, he got Marcus Peters' attitude. Like he got that presence. But again,
hopefully he's a little bit more disciplined. I think Marcus was all about Marcus and getting interceptions, right? I mean, he's trying to bait the quarterback. He
was a risk taker.
He's going to do different things, and that's how you're going to get a lot of picks typically. Where in the guys that you're talking about, Dre, like Darrell Revis and some of these other guys, they don't get as many interceptions because they're not taking as many chances to go after the ball. They're playing the defense the way it's called, or if they're in a man-to-man, against another elite receiver, you're basically making sure the quarterback doesn't throw your way. Whereas I think Marcus just said, hey, just put it up. I'll go get it.
I'm going to give you.
So again, it's a give and take.
It is.
It's great because he's taking the ball away. And that's one thing that I think when we talk about these Chiefs defensive backs is where every year they stress it. And every year, I don't know that they've really improved upon it, but taken the ball away. You don't see a ton of interceptions from the corners. Right? You don't see a ton of interceptions. Typically, it's the safeties or a linebacker, and there really hasn't been a ton of interceptions. So I think that's where really where they take the next step with some of these corners is when the ball comes your way and you get your hands on it, catch the damn ball, right? Take it away.
No, that's key, obviously.
Give 15 more shots on goal.
I'm gonna give you an example. Richard Sherman wasn't the fastest guy, and he understood the game of playing cornerback too. You got bait the quarterback and throwing you the ball. So basically, Richard Sherman would bait you, but he can also cover. Marcus Pearson always take risks.
What round Richard Sherman was drafted in?
Richard Sherman was drafted in the late rounds. I don't know what the late round pick.
Because he went to Stanford as a wide receiver.
As a wide receiver, yes.
And then they converted him to corner, and he wasn't late. He was a 4th or 5th round pick. And that's what made him so good. That's made him so good because he played both positions. He played receiver for a little bit, so he understood the cadences. The cadence of a receiver.
He understood angles. He understood how the angles of the pass plays.
Yeah,
having played the wide receiver position, he was so good at dissecting. This is where I think the ball is going to go.
Absolutely.
And there are many better than how he approached playing in the secondary.
Yeah, but like the comparison with Marcus Pierce to me, he's just a risk taker. To me, he was the aggressive risk taker. Like that's fine. It worked. He's
the perfect Raider.
Yeah.
There
you go.
So you got Trent McDuffie. You got Watts. I say after Trent McDuffie, everything else is wide open. It's up for the taking.
Because Joshua. Wait. Joshua Williams is Lou's guy, and he's gonna get his notch. All right, he's gonna get his opportunity this year.
That second cornerback and third cornerback is wide open for anybody.
Why you keep saying wide open?
I'm just saying because you got Hayden, you got some other guys that's coming.
It's Joshua Williams. What you mean wide open?
Joshua. I'm just saying like everybody gonna
Joshua Williams.
You're right. you're gonna have to play speed. You're gonna have to play Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be it's going to be very competitive. It just, in my view, I think Joshua and Jalen have a huge leg up on the younger players just because they've been in the system longer and they've been in big games.
But that's one thing about Spags. Spags don't care if you've been in the system long. He'll play a rookie over.
Well, I understand. I'm saying they have the advantage, not in the coach's eyes, over those young guys that haven't been in the system.
Absolutely.
So that's where the advantage is. And again, it's because if they're drafting this well all the time in the defensive backfield, there's going to become a log jam, or they're going to start drafting other positions because, you can't put them all on the field. So there must be other positions of need that you're going to go after. But for now, these guys are available. These guys are going to play, and maybe none of them get second contracts. And that's just kind of the way they're going to keep building the team. But in terms, if you're asking me today, I believe the 2 and 3 is going to be between Watson and Williams, and it's probably going to fluctuate from week to week. And then, perhaps, Haddon and Nick Jones kind of battle out for that 4th spot.
Man,
I'm excited to see Nick Jones.
Competition is tough, man. The competition is tough in that secondary because me looking at Bill Hayden again, the guy's phenomenal in coverage. Like, the guy's phenomenal in coverage. The man played lights out in college. So
and he didn't play no small schools at that.
He didn't. He played SEC. He played SEC.
SEC's tough.
Yeah, very tough.
So I put it like this. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I say that second and third cornerback spot is going to be wide open to whoever take it.
That's why the preseason is everything, man. That's what I'm looking at. See, the rookies got to earn it.
Now the preseason and everything, Hunter.
Always.
You said the
preseason has always been open.
Preseason will do a lot because Andy plays his starters all 3 games for the most part.
Yeah.
And even though the 3rd game, which will be their only preseason home game this year, I think it's against the Lions, if I'm not mistaken. The starters may play a series or 2 on offense and defense to get ready. Obviously, a short week and a half to get ready for the home opener against the Baltimore Ravens to open the season on Thursday night. But listen, Andy's going to have them ready. Patrick Mahomes has been very serious. Though he's had a lot of fun this offseason. The OTAs and the mini camps were a little bit different this year than in most years. These guys were in. They were buying in. They were attentive. They understood their roles. And I think I can't wait. This is the most excited I've been to be a Chiefs fan in a really, really long time. The quest for the three-peat, and just to see how they handle the pressure of that. This season. And I said, you guys didn't know me at the time, but a couple of years ago, I was on a radio show that I do during the regular season. I've done for 30 years in Iowa.
Right.
And I said at some point, and I said it was going to be this year, though the team has changed quite a bit, that the Chiefs would run the table and go and not lose a game, and they would have a perfect season. I don't necessarily believe that's going to happen, but if it ever happens again, I think it's going to be Patrick Mahomes that does it. I don't think anybody else will ever be in that position again, like Tom Brady was when they lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl to remove their perfect season.
So you saying Mahomes is going to break their record? Mahomes is going to.
I'm saying if it happens, he's the only quarterback that I can see.
If he does that though, if he does that Nick 3P and get that record, man, it's over. He doesn't have to play another down in the NFL. He doesn't want to. Do you know how mad Brady? Real quick, you know how mad Brady is that he didn't win that game? If Brady would have won that game, it was. I know over. It's haunted him. It has haunted him. It's to this day. Like he will turn all them other rings in for that moment right there to go undefeated. Yeah, to go undefeated. If this team scores between 30 and 35 points a game, which is what I think it's going to be, and the defense gives up 25 points a game.
Really big number, Nick.
I just think there's just too much offensive potential. I think there's just too many weapons. I don't see a defense out there that's going to be able to shut 5 guys down at once. They might shut 3 down, but that's going to leave 2 open. Man, tell me about it. This offense is
I don't. It's going to be some prizes this training camp, and
I'm excited to see who's going to stand out, man.
I can't wait.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not going there.
But Nick, if he does that, Mahomes can retire. If he goes undefeated and win the ring, it's over. Like
I'm going to Clark Hunt, and I said I want to be the first $60 million man.
Listen, do you know a feat that's special?
Yeah,
it's never been done since the Miami Dolphins,
and it's so hard to do in a 17-game schedule. And with the NFL moving to 18 games in at least a year or two, now's the time to do it. And if the offensive line gels and they have a starter at left tackle, they develop a second running back. Yeah. If the young receivers continue to go, if Kelsey is strong, the defense gets sacks.
Dang,
just the safeties and the corners are so good.
It's a lot of ifs.
No. These are probable ifs.
Okay, true.
Because let's be honest, the Chiefs have a top 5.
That's a difference, Dre.
Chiefs have a top 5 defense, correct? I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Their offense, when it is not shooting itself in the foot like it did last year or had drops, is a top 5 offense.
Mm-hmm.
They have the best head coach in the National Football League. They have the best defensive coordinator in the National Football League. Now, I'm not going to say Nagy's the best offensive coordinator in the Kansas City because Andy Reid's the best offensive coordinator in the NFL. So, and you've got continuity on the coaching staff. You've got an owner that's spending money for players. You have all these things, and this team is still as motivated today as they were when the Patrick Mahomes era started ringing the bell 6 years ago. And
I would say it was hungry when Andy Reid first got here.
Yeah,
I say that's when everything switched.
They were starved. They were looking for a leader.
They were starved.
They were
starved
for
water.
for leadership.
They was crawling.
The elements are certainly there to do it. It's just that the rest of the league, the margins are so paper thin.
Oh, they are.
And very not to say that you have to play perfectly for all 17 games, but there's just going to be, like last year, we just kept that. Well, when is this going to turn? When is this going to turn? Not that that's going to happen again.
I don't see that. Knock
on wood, but it's just one of those things. You just never know what's going to happen. Defensively, there could be some growing pains with the young defensive backs that maybe, backfilling the backups who are now playing starting positions. We'll see. I mean, I think the elements are there. They certainly can do it. And if there's any team that can do it, it's them.
Yep.
That'd be a tall order.
Wow. You know what? Honestly, the Chiefs got everything they need to get it done. Because last year there was a couple drop passes away from probably going undefeated if some particular individual would have caught those passes. And then
you can make an argument. Every game there were so many key drops that if they make those catches, they win. They win more games.
Well, certainly the Eagles game, the Lions game.
Yeah, we'll see.
Training camp is starting tomorrow. And one person can't wait till it starts. He trying to come on Tuesday when he's supposed to be there on Friday. And that's Chris Jones. He said, I'm ready for training camp. And Patrick Mahomes said, won't you come on Tuesday? But he said that, and read more in the comment, he said, Andy Reid is not going to let me come. But Patrick Mahomes said he's trying to let everybody be there on Tuesday.
You'd be surprised. I think you're going to see some more veterans show up tomorrow than instead of waiting until Friday. That's just my
champing at the bit.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Listen, give Chris Jones his love, man. He didn't really got to show up for real. That man shows up when you want to, and he executes when he
he missed it all last. Did he miss it all last year?
Yeah,
missed it all last year, and came in and watched the Detroit game from the upstairs. Like, yep, they need me. Came down the next game, put his mark on the game, and went back out. I said, that's a sign.
This will be
that's confidence to me.
Strong code to the training camp.
Yeah, strong code indeed.
The desert heat.
The best
player. If he shows up, we're expecting photos.
You're not gonna get it.
Videos.
Maybe a sound bite.
You're not gonna get it, Nick. You're not gonna get it.
What is that? There's a picture back of Hayden's neck.
Man, I said the sweat from his neck. I said, dude, what pictures were you taking, bro?
I'll mess with you.
He gonna take a picture of the car. He coming out the car. He going to the bathroom. I said, what top? Who is this dude, bro?
TMZ Todd. He's honing those private investigators.
He is
Yes, he is.
on this guy. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, Hense. You got like your expectation for this guy for his ceiling is very high. You have high expectation for this character.
I feel the same way I felt about Snead, the same way I felt about what's his name, George Kalafis and Rice. I'm feeling the same thing about Hayden. I feel like he's gonna,
Hayden. No, Hayden is my guy. I like
not Hayden, but Hicks. I feel like Hicks is gonna come on.
You meant to say Hayden. You meant to say Hayden.
I feel it in my blood.
It should be 1,000 photos of everybody, sir.
He's gonna take somebody's job.
Well, I guess it's a nice problem to have. We got plenty of young guys that are going to be ready to rock and roll. They're wearing the TMZ Todd gold jacket, and you have to explain to them. This is my challenge to you, Hense, is when you talk to these guys, you explain to them what the TMZ Todd gold jacket means.
That's true. That's true. I like
if they're not already watching this show, they need to watch the show because they're going to hear their names, they're going to see their pictures, and they're going to hear us complaining about crowning them, putting the jacket on them.
Put the jacket on too soon. Hey,
you know what, guys? You know what, guys? I got someone I want to do. I got a segment when the season starts. Dre, coaches, hands and feet, play of the day. Hands and feet, yeah. Play of the day. That's coming. Hands and feet. Play.
All right, we'll work on that graphic.
Absolutely.
So with that said, man,
won't beat the factor cap one. Nothing will ever top the factor cap graphic.
Oh, absolutely not. Factor cap.
The graphics are coming soon. I seen the graphic of Nick. You're gonna love it.
All right.
It got something coming with Lou. He's working on it.
Is he wearing like the Ebenezer Scrooge night shirt?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I think I'm Ebenezer.
I'll give you a scene. He's sitting in front of a whole bunch of small Chiefs fans, showing them collectible items.
Showing him the way.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, let's reach
tomorrow it starts. So guys,
yes, check out ChiefsBlitz.com. Hense is we'll have some pictures we'll be posting as well. Tense will be out there. I'll be up there at some point next week. Excited to see the team firsthand. It's been a while. Training camp has always been one of my favorite things. So
photos worth 1,000 words.
Photos are worth
TMZ
1,000.
Please, TMZ, man. Come on. We need at least a photo of everybody. Put
that zoom lens to work.
Come on now. Everybody got to get a piece of the pie, man. All right.
Kareem, man, there it is. Dirty Bird Dre's dirty hands and feet. I love it. Kareem.
Dirty hands and feet. All right, Kareem, I got you.
That's a visual right there.
Dirty Bird Dre.
I love it.
Dirty hands and feet. hey, you gotta get dirty, and you will get dirty this season. It's all about getting dirty. I want to see some stains on some jerseys. You hear me? I want to see some stains on some jerseys. I want to
get your wish.
The dog knocks up over you. That's the sign of saying goes down the show.
So
with that said, guys, we'll be back Wednesday.
We'll have our technical stuff on Twitter hopefully fixed by then. They threw us a curveball today.
So with that said, training camp starts tomorrow, guys. Football is around the corner.
Yes,
we are here till the end of till the weeks after the Super Bowl. We are here every day.
So every day. Give a shout out to everybody.
At least 3 days a week.
All right, with that Kareem is there. Ruben, Tilly Train.
Tilly Train.
Mary Lee chimed in for a little bit. Of course, Tilly Train talking about trading up to get him a meeting worthy. Ken St. Clair came in. Frank jumped in and jumped out. So we appreciate you, Frank. Ruben, of course. And that's it. Like I said, it's Monday. Tomorrow, Chiefs training camp begins, at least with the Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid press conference. Practice will go on Wednesday for the first time with the rookies and the quarterbacks. And we're off and running. The quest for the three-peat begins tomorrow, and we're going to love every minute of it. So let's just enjoy it, sit back, relax, and watch it happen in front of our very eyes.
Let's go.
Peace out.
Hello.